can still hear us. All right, it did it. It did it. So look, y'all, everybody, y'all were guinea pigs. I needed to see. Oh, for the intro. Shame on you, G Brown. Shame on you. All right, welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Out. That's what we're trying to do with Leah and G. Today, we're talking about the carnivore diet supports us and how it does that after our gastric sleeves. For those that has never joined us before, 11 and a half years ago, I did the gastric sleeve. I never told anyone but my husband and my daughter. My mother left earth not knowing that I had that surgery. And now that she's no longer here, I'm telling people and sharing. Leah, on the other hand, she'll share her thing when she starts speaking. So, Leah, let's dive on in. When we say small stomachs, what are some of the main challenges that come to mind since our surgeries? Hmm. Go ahead, Leah.
I would say the challenges that comes to mind is definitely portion control. It's like a permanent portion control. It's no, if you want to eat a little more of this, it's restricted because ours is the size. Well, mine is the size of a banana. I believe you said yours is the size of like the mini banana.
Yeah, listen, y'all, I was foolish. I was like, make it as small as possible. I ain't coming.
Yes.
So,
Yes. So with portion control, I realized that eating small portions, you do get full very quickly. And then if you think you can eat that same amount, and sometimes it hurts the top part of your chest, it's very uncomfortable. I used to feel like I used to have a ton of bricks on my chest.
mm,
I never had to vomit or anything like that. It would just be that uncomfortableness. And don't let your mouth get dry. You just take a sip of water. Oh, you dare not do that.
no, let the people know how you can't eat and drink at the same
No,
time.
man.
You
You gotta
cannot.
wait.
Oh my God. If something gets stuck,
Yeah.
look,
Yes.
wait, you know that part in the movie where you like, that's how small your sips are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't play that. Okay, go
Mhm.
ahead. You just
All
brought back a
right.
memory.
But I was about to say, but being on the carnivore diet, it has been able to get a lot of the dense nutrition in without having to eat a lot. And it's just amazing. Oh, I feel like what they tell us during the counseling and the training for the nutrition, all what you eat, they just need to cut it short. Just eat that meat because it's so nutritionally dense. But yeah,
Yeah.
but what's your thoughts, G?
Yeah, that is such a game changer for us. So I remember when I first got this surgery. First of all, I like spicy food. That's number one. Yes. I think let me see, grandbaby is 3 and uses hot sauce. So I don't know what it is. Yeah, it'll be just a little bit, but she see everybody else with it.
Mhm.
So now think them spices on a newly surgical procedure. What was I thinking? Because keep in mind, I was trying to keep this a secret. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to bounce back to look normal soon as possible. It's like, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm trying to do that like really so nobody knew, right? Yeah, but that's not how that works. I added even insult to injury by, saying I want my stomach even smaller. And so uh that's why even in communicating with you, Leah, when I see like some of your portions, I'm like, it would take me much longer to eat that. Um, but I mean, I get it down, and I know it's because yours is more of a banana, and mine is a mini banana, which was not good. But with our smaller stomachs, we have to be more mindful, um, not just what we eat, but how much we eat.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that we do talk about in the carnivore community is because people, how much do you eat? You eat until it no longer tastes good to you.
Mhm.
That, and then you are satisfied because you're putting in nutrient rich dense food. So just to sit and keep going until it no longer tastes good.
Mhm.
Well, for me, I get that spoon and I do this, and here's the conversation I have in my head. If I try to eat this, I know it's coming back up. And sometimes I'll turn around and put it in my mouth anyway and start chewing. I reach for a tissue. I already know. If I try to put that down, everything is coming back up.
Mhm.
And so unfortunately, that is a downside to this. But I will say this: when I focus on my nutrients dense food,
Yes.
that keeps my energy levels stable.
Mhm.
I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't have sugar drops. I don't have any of that. What you think, Leah?
I was asked to say, but then I forgot to say, it will be 5 years for me in December when I
Hmm.
had the sleeve. But you're absolutely right. I think we don't realize that when we're going through the process, or once we have the sleeve, of how small we can eat, and then like what are you eating? But small portions can be enough if you're putting the right nutrition in you. So
Hmm.
that's the beauty of carnivore. I absolutely love it because I don't have to worry or guess, am I getting enough? I already know I am. And so, yeah, for you, G, we don't tell a lot of people, let's see, we don't tell everyone about the diet and how it impacts our nutrition. No, how it impacts our digestion after weight loss surgery. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Okay, that's a good idea because I do need people to know that one of the biggest issues after surgery is digestion.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've just had a major surgery, and there are stitches and all of the I actually had staples. So when I've had x-rays and stuff like that, you can see my stomach is stapled. You can see those things. They don't disappear inside of you or none of that. So I'm literally walking around with foreign objects in my body. So let me just stop here and say, if you have not had surgery, please don't do it. That's the purpose of what this is about, because what we're trying to tell you is that if you choose to eat this way, you will not have these issues, right?
Mhm.
And do it before the surgery. That's like one of the biggest things, because they tell you, and I have not had carbonation at all. I don't care. Some people drink like LaCroix, the little carbonated water, they are now, because people trying to back away from sodas, they're still doing the carbonation in and they have natural flavors. Baby, they still getting that sugar over inside of you, but okay, that's not my battle today to talk about that. I will tell you this: when the carbonation hits the acid in your stomach, it has a chemical reaction like that. If you've had surgery, do you want that happening against those staples. So that was enough for me. Uh, Wait a minute. After time, can you do it? Of course you can. You do whatever it is that you want to do. You had surgery, didn't you? So you're a big girl or a big boy. Don't matter. You do it. But there can be other issues and complications because of it. The bloating, the discomfort. But I'm gonna tell you this. This right here is water and some mineralized salt inside of it for the electrolytes for my body of what it is that I need. And since the carnivore diet, it has made such a difference. Um, Inflammation, people that have irritable bowel, they have what Crohn's, they have all of this stuff going on in your gut. Meat does not affect your gut. All the other sugar, just think about it. Those are chemicals. That was not food. It was never intent for that. So now the inflammation in my gut is gone, and I don't have those issues. What about you, Leah?
I would say for me, when you mention inflammation, honey, just the back pain and different things, and it's so funny. I did the lion diet not that long, just about 2 weeks, if that. But within 3 weeks, I woke up, I was like, hold on, my back don't hurt. So that's something that I was only dealing with that for, I'm not going to say a lifetime, but if you've been having different pains for a lifetime and just starting the carnivore diet, how that could just ease that pain within a day, within days or weeks. So it really does working with the inflammation. I think that we do struggle with that after weight loss surgery, but the carnivore diet has truly helped, and just not that way, in multiple ways. And like you said, eliminate certain foods from our diet. They had a poop protocol for us,
Mhm.
and I would have to take a laxative every other day just to go. I was eating the sugar and all of it and constipated. And people say, "Oh, but you're not having no fiber. Aren't you constipated?" No, ma'am. I go just smooth and easy whenever my body decides to let it go. And it is so they just let you know we doing what's right, So I
And the
can tell
best
a big
part
difference.
is how it's reduced. Let's think about it. All of the bloating. I think a lot of times women struggle with that. We bloat around the cycle time. It's just like bloat, bloat, bloat. I have none of that. None of that now. So I can't imagine what some people feel like that haven't had a surgery at all, and doggone it, then they end up uh um on the carnivore diet. I can't imagine how good that feels. So all right, let's talk about some energy levels, because I know a lot of times women struggle with y'all wouldn't believe we already down in segment 3. A lot of times women do struggle with um uh after surgery. Come on, get it right, G. After surgery, your energy levels, they
Mhm.
can fluctuate. I don't go through any of that anymore. So, Leah, tell us about how your energy levels change and how a lot of women, they still struggle with it.
Yes, I would say for energy, it would be a drain. It's the highs and lows. You have the sugar, you up high, before you know it, you didn't tank. So it's always up and down for energy for me. But since going carnivore, they have been stable. One day we came home, me and my kids was like, let's do some yard work. Pulled out the lawnmower, the leaf blower. On the week, it's Monday and was just in the yard. So energy has been phenomenal. It really has. It has made a big difference. I don't need that afternoon snack or hit about 2 o'clock. Oh, we got to hit the vending machines. No, I'm just fine throughout the whole day. So I could tell a big difference from energy after going carnivore. Most
Good,
definitely.
good, because I can totally relate as well. One of the best things about the carnivore diet is how it eliminates those spikes. You don't get those. You don't get the energy crash. I don't like, oh, I need a piece of peppermint. Somebody give me some orange juice. My sugar dropping. I don't experience any of those. I feel so balanced. My mind is much clearer. I think it's a huge benefit, especially for those of us dealing with these smaller stomachs and the limit of our food intake. I can tell you what we're doing is we're putting in those nutrient rich, dense foods first.
Yes.
That's there you go, Leah.
Yeah. So for our viewers, they may be in the same boat. And so this diet, it makes a big difference. It's not just the physical, it's also the mental clarity and the stability. So, G, what do you think? Why don't we share a bit on mental health and the experience we've and the benefits we've experienced?
This is this now this one is right in my pocket because I prior to the carnivore diet, I shared in this story where my mom passed away not knowing that I had this. So she passed away recently, 2.5 years ago, and I just cried last night. So, but prior to the carnivore diet, I did not take my mother's death. Nobody would take it well or easy, but I think um how it hindered me and I didn't do well. I didn't. I ended up having to be placed on medication. I mean, I did not do well. So now I'm on carnivore and I'm feeling like I don't need this med, and I just stopped taking them. Right? I did a little thing where like, okay, 3, 2, 1, one of those type things, and like cut it in half or something. Anyway, I'm no longer taking them. I'm fine. Now here's the thing. Now I'm grieving with such clarity. How does I mean? It's like even my grief is different. I'm getting like revelations and understanding, and those end up bringing tears. It's like, oh wow, I really understand that now. Oh wow, that makes so much sense. Versus I'm walking with this box of tissue and I have cried so much that my stomach muscles are now like hurting, right? So my mental clarity has changed so much after the ups and downs that I experienced before and after surgery with this sleeve. I can't think of any of the words. And I'm talking about mental clarity because it's like two things I'm trying to get out at the same time. So let me show you mental clarity real quick. All right. So I had the ups and downs, but since the carnivore diet, my points have been, I mean, now when I'm talking, even with my husband, I am getting, I'm understanding what he's saying. I'm formulating what I want to reply with such depth, with
Yeah.
such and I hate keep using the word clarity, but it's like, man, that's not so good. He understand it, I understand it, and the people listening in could understand it. I'm really, really liking that. And eating this way has helped me feel more in control and focused.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand that mental health is linked to diet. For me, carnivore diet has helped me be stabilized in my emotions, in mental health, and just having a small stomach. It helps avoid those blood sugar dips that make us feel all over the place where we're craving, hangry. We don't know which one, just thinking of all the things. So yeah, it really does play a big part.
Oh yeah, I know it's empowering. I know that it is. To feel like you can manage your both your physical and your mental health through the way that you eat. I hear people talk about anxiety. Oh my God. I used to look at the doorknob and didn't even want to touch it. Oh, because I mean I had to go outside. I am literally driving down the street, can't wait to turn around and go back home. So my anxiety, I just really didn't want to see or hear people. Excuse me. I really didn't. So I understand that to a whole different degree. And I'm saying to you, look, lupus, irritable bowel, all of the eczema. Do you know how many kids are being teased due to the skin ailments that they have, the pimples? You're not supposed to have any of that. It's the sugar. Yeah, talking about sodas do this to you. No, sorry. All of it is
Mhm.
popping this out and doing it to you. Your body, any illness or ailment is your body reacting to the food that you ate. Bam. I, I, I mean, that's it. That's all I can say right there. Bam. Your turn.
So you ready to close it on
I'm
out?
ready to close it on out
All
because I
right.
kid you not, there's nothing more. They even asked your dog when you took him to the vet,
Yeah.
what are you feeding him? And never asked you.
Mhm.
That's all I'm gonna say. All
And
right.
look, aren't we better than the dog? Oh, all right. So we want everybody to stay tuned. We'll be diving more in details about our post-surgery journey and bring you updates on the diet as it continues to shape our lives. Next time, we're going to be talking about long-term health benefits we've seen and some of the common questions we get about adapting carnivore to life post-surgery.
Most definitely, guys. Thank you for joining us. We come on here to plead for you to do one or two things. Never have this
Oh,
surgery.
yes.
Give the carnivore diet a try. I listen. We started a whole channel because of this. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. And that there you go. So until next week, guys, we thank you. We will see you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.